Hi, everybody, and welcome to Mic Drop Monday with Dr. Elisa LaShell Harney. I am so excited that you guys have decided to join me on tonight. Make sure as you come in that you guys are saying hello, that you let me know that you're watching, that you let me know where you're watching from. I am so excited to see you all. Listen, hit that share button and let everybody know that we are live. I'm excited. I believe that what we're going to deal with tonight is going to bring help, hope, and healing. I believe that tonight, as we're dealing with the things that are stopping you, the things that are keeping you from going into your next, I believe that it's going to be one of those nights where we're going to really give you some insight about what's going on in your life. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. Hello. Thank you so much for coming on in and watching. So you guys come on, and I'm just excited to see you all as you guys come in and join. Let me know where you're watching from. Come on, invite your family, your friends, your coworkers. Y'all come on because it's going to be off the chain tonight. So come on in. I am again excited that you all have decided to join me. We have a lot to get into on tonight. Have a lot that I really want to talk about as you guys are coming on. Again, I'm just so grateful for you all that are coming in. Thank you. Make sure that you guys are hitting that share button because tonight is going to be off the chain. I just believe that it's going to be amazing. And so tonight, I really want to deal with some things that I believe, as I always say, is going to take you out of your now into your next. So I want everybody to start sharing, everybody to start inviting this, what we're talking about tonight, as we deal with our purpose, as we deal with what's stopping us in our lives. A lot of us feel like things are holding us up. A lot of us feel like things are keeping us from going into our next level. But can I tell you tonight, we are going to address what's stopping you. And I'm here to tell you that I am going to put some things out there that are going to show you guys exactly what's stopping you, what's keeping you from going over. And so you guys know that Mic Drop Monday is all about help, hope, and healing. I'm Dr. Elisa LaShell Harney, the empowerment specialist. Mic Drop Monday is that time where we're dropping the mic, where we're giving you guys some epiphanies about your now, where we're equipping you, where we're really empowering you, enlightening you about the things that are going on in your life. So I am so excited that you guys decided to join. Hello with everybody that's coming on. I see your comments. I appreciate you guys for coming on with me. Listen, tonight, before we get started, I want to make a quick announcement about tonight because I believe that it's going to really help you guys tonight. If you have not already, some of you guys don't know that I have an amazing one-day live masterclass that I am teaching. And so here it is, this masterclass that I'm doing, from excitement to execution. Get the steps, the strategy, and the structure you need to launch. It is only $20. If you have not signed up for this already, you need to have went ahead and signed up for it because it's going to help you. Can I tell you that one of the things that it's going to do, it is going to help you figure out how to stop getting excited about projects, how to stop getting excited about your book, the things that you're trying to do, and how do you actually launch into it. So it's going to show how to register, elisalashell.com/masterclass. And I want you guys to go grab that ticket. Listen, if you are in marketplace, in the ministry, if you're working towards your purpose, whatever it is that you're trying to do, you're going to want to register for this one night masterclass. It is this Thursday, so you don't have a lot of time. So once again, I want to make sure that you guys go to elisalashell.com/masterclass and register. If you know people and you're tired of them talking about how they have these great ideas and that they're getting ready to launch into the deep, and you're saying, listen, y'all need to be there. So listen, it's going to be a 2-hour masterclass. You're going to be able to ask questions. And so again, I want to make sure that you guys don't miss this masterclass. Again, it's called From Excitement to Execution. I want you to get the steps, the strategy, and the structure you need to launch. So it is this Thursday. Make sure that you guys, if you have not already, have signed up for this masterclass because it is going to be off the chain. So I want to make sure that you guys are going to be there. I want to make sure that you sign up if you have not done that already. So tonight, we really have a lot of things that we're going to deal with. Tonight, we're going to be dealing with what's stopping you. 5 things that prevent your progression. We're going to be dealing with 5 things that may be stopping you from going out into the deep. We're going to be dealing with things that are causing you not to shift over into that next level. We're going to be dealing with some things that might be going on that are keeping you stuck, that are keeping you stagnant. And so what is stopping you? 5 things that we're going to deal with tonight that are preventing you from progression. We understand that progression is natural. We're supposed to be moving forward. We're supposed to be going to the next level. We're supposed to be getting out of our now and going into our next. We are supposed to be out there really working our purpose. And what happens if we tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth is things hold us back. Things stop us. Things keep us from moving forward. We get to a place a lot of the times where we are able to take a couple of steps forward and then it feels like something is knocking us backwards. And so what is that? Why is it that every time we get ready to go out there, every time that we say, this is my year, this is my time, and I'm not even talking about the things on the outside that are coming against us. I'm talking about what is it from the inside out. Most of you guys know that Mic Drop Monday, I have a saying that you can't fix what you won't face. And so a lot of the times we're looking at external things that are blocking us, that are creating barriers that are going on. But listen, can I tell you, a lot of the times what's happening is on the inside. And can somebody type that in the comments? It's on the inside. Yeah, I need somebody, because I believe, hello and welcome, I believe that tonight what's going on is on the inside. What's happening, what's keeping us from going to the next level? Oh, it's on the inside. And tonight I am going to give you some strategies. Tonight I am going to get you to go to the place where you understand that there are things that are stopping you from being great in this season, even in this hour that we are living in right now. We cannot afford to stop. Man, somebody ought to type that in the comments. I can't afford to stop. No, I can't afford to stop. And there are things that are stopping us. We know that there's a difference between things that are pausing and things that are stopping. Every now and again, we take a pause. We take a station identification. We pause because we're trying to see what's going on. We pause because we're not really sure if we should go left or right. We pause because we're just not clear about a couple of things. But can I tell you, we shouldn't stop. Oh no, we should not stop. You know, Puff used to say, and we won't stop. We don't want to stop because there is a place that we need to get to. We can't stop because there's something that we're supposed to be accelerating to. We can't stop because there is a next level. We can't stop because there's something on the inside of you that the world needs to know, that the world needs to hear, that the world needs to see. But what's stopping you? Listen, now you can stop and take a moment and hit that share button, because I believe that there are some people that need this message. I believe that there are some people that this is going to resonate with. I believe that as we deal with what's stopping your progression, that we're really going to outline some things, that we're really going to get some clarity about some things, that we're really going to become sure about some things that are keeping us from progressing. You guys know how I do with Mic Drop Monday. I like to give you help, hope, and healing. And I like to really give you some instruction, really give you some insight, some wisdom, some clarity about the things in your life that are keeping you from progression, from progressing in your life. So again, welcome everybody. Thank you guys that are on. Thank you guys that are watching. If you just came on, don't forget to register for my 1-day, 2-hour live masterclass. That is this Thursday at 8 o'clock. It's only $20. So make sure that you guys register. The website is showing up. Make sure that you get in. I am going to get you from excitement to execution and help you figure out what are those things that are making you not be able to launch out and get out there and do what it is that you were called to do. So tonight, 5 things I want to give you, and make sure that you're sharing, because I believe if you know somebody and you feel like they start and then they quit, you feel like they get the train moving and then they quit, get them on here, because tonight there's help, there's hope, and there's healing. And so what's stopping you? Thank you guys for listening, being in the comments. It's on the inside. Thank you guys for saying, I can't afford to stop. I can't afford to quit. I cannot. Listen, encourage yourself. I cannot afford to stop. Listen, there's prosperity in your progression. Who am I helping? There is peace in your progression. I'm talking to somebody. There is promise in your progression. You need to understand that in your progression, there is something on the other side. There is something on the other side. I got to say it again. There is something on the other side. And so we've got to understand that we've got to keep going. We can't afford to quit because there's something on the other side. And so tonight, I'm going to give you a lesson about what's keeping you. And listen, get your people on, call your friends, tag them, put them in the comments, share it with them. This is live on YouTube as well. So if you have some friends that are not on Facebook, it's live on YouTube as well. So make sure that you're over there subscribing, because I want you to understand that there are some things stopping you and you can't afford to stop, because your blessing, your breakthrough, your promise is on the other side. The first thing that's on the other that stops you from moving forward in your purpose, number one, a distorted sense of sight. Oh, I need somebody to see this, and you can type it if you would like. But what stops you? Number one, a distorted sense of sight. Listen, when you're not able to see clearly, it will stop you. Those of you guys that wear glasses and contacts, I saw a meme one time that says, without my glasses, I am nothing. I can't even hear. Listen, that was me. Without my contacts and my nothing. And so a distorted sense of sight will stop you. Let me tell you why. Confusion creates lack of clarity and comprehension. Confusion. Here is the epiphany with this. And I've said this before, and we know this, but I don't think we really understand it. We don't see with our eyes. We see with our mind. I need somebody to type that. We don't see with our eyes. We see with our mind. Let me help you. Your eyes project the light, and it projects an image, and the light bounces it off and it brings it back to you. And so what happens is it is your mind that interprets the enemy, that the image that the light is reflecting back. But guess what? If your mind is distorted, your vision is distorted. If your vision is distorted, you don't have clarity. You don't have comprehension. Am I helping anybody tonight? Oh yeah, there's help, hope, and healing tonight. And so what happens is a distorted sense of sight creates a lack of clarity and comprehension. When you can't see clearly, then you can't think clearly. When you can't see clearly, then you have to stop. Because you're saying, I'm not sure about my next steps. You're saying, I'm not sure about what's happening. You're saying, I'm not sure about where I need to step. Think about it. Think about it. When you go into your room, when you walk out of your room and it's night and the lights are out, you'll be looking and you'll see something over there in the corner, and you'll be saying, oh Lord, a man is in my house. Somebody trying to kill me. And because your sight is distorted, then all of a sudden you don't know what to do. Should I run? Should I jump? And all of a sudden your eyes begin to focus. All of a sudden, there's a little light that creeps in, and you're like, wait a minute, that's not a man. That's a coat hanger with my jacket I threw over there. Because you see with your mind, your eyes reflect something, but it is your mind that tries to interpret what is it that I'm seeing. Am I seeing clear? Because if I'm not seeing clear, then I can't move in a comprehensive direction. Man, I'm helping somebody. And so when your sight is obscured, when it's distorted, you see things and you think, oh, those people, they don't like me because I'm looking at them and they look like they're sitting nasty. They have their arms folded, because you have a distorted sense of sight, and they look like they're frowned up. Well, maybe their arms are folded because they're cold. Maybe they're frowned up because they're really listening and they're concentrating. But here's what happens. A distorted sense of sight will stop us from moving forward, because now we're confused. Now we're not clear about what's going on. Now we can't understand what it is we thought we saw. Man, is this helping anybody? I hope y'all are sharing, because I said earlier, we see with our mind, not our sight. We're looking at certain things. Thank you guys. Keep sharing, because I believe that this is going to help somebody. And so we're seeing incorrectly. And so because we're seeing incorrectly, we don't have clarity. And when we don't have clarity, we have no comprehension. So tonight, thank you guys. Continue to share the broadcast. Tonight, what happens with us is 5 things that stop us from moving forward. Number 1, a distorted sense of sight. But whoa, what's number 2? A distorted sense of smell. Man, I hope y'all are taking notes. The second thing that stops us, that keeps us from moving forward, is a distorted sense of smell. Can I tell you something? Tainted associations create tortured awareness. Man, that's a mic drop if I ever heard one. Let me say it again for the people in the back. Tainted associations create tortured awareness. Somebody didn't catch that, so I need to say it again. Tainted associations create tortured awareness. Let me show you what I mean. Have you ever had a strong bad odor get around you, and you're saying, and maybe it was a certain time in your life, and there was just this strong odor that was associated with it, and all of a sudden, every time you thought about that incident or that person, there was a tortured awareness. You were like, I don't like nothing about that smell. And so now your awareness is tortured, because the minute you think about it, guess what happens? Your smell, everything about you starts getting tortured. I'm helping some of y'all. Some of y'all, you got to make sure that your smell is not off. Man, who am I helping? You got to make sure that your smell is not off, because if there is a tortured sense of smell, you'll smell something similar, but that's not the same. Listen, I need to say that again. You'll smell something similar, but it's not the same. And so you'll start responding to people the same. People that didn't even hurt you. People that didn't even do anything to you. A situation that's not even the same situation, but it smells the same. It smells like rejection to me. Why? You just smell a scent, but that's not, it's a different recipe. Man, can I say that again for the people in the back? You smell one of the ingredients, but can I tell you, it's a whole different recipe. And so what happens is, when we have a distorted sense of smell, what happens is, when we are not sure about what we smell, we'll lose our vision. We'll lose our place. We'll lose it because we have a distorted sense of smell. And so we're associating something. I know I can smell a lie a long way away. I can smell that. But make sure that you're smelling what you smell, because there are some things that are similar, but not the same. I'm helping somebody. There are certain things that are similar, but they are not the same. But if your scent is distorted, if you are smelling things and you have not cleaned out your nasal capacity, can I tell you, you'll be smelling something and you'll think it's one thing, but it's really another. I hope this is helping somebody. 5 things that will stop you from moving forward. Number 1 was a distorted sense of sight, because confusion creates a lack of clarity and comprehension. But number 2, a distorted sense of smell, because tainted associations will create tortured awareness. Number 3, a distorted sense of sound. I need y'all to hear me. 5 things that are stopping you from moving forward. A distorted sense of sound. Here is my mic drop for that. When the pitch is off, the perception is off. I got to say this again. When the pitch is off, the perception is off. See, let me ask you a question. If you have kids, have you ever been in your house and you heard something fall, like a thump somewhere in the house, and you were like, whoa, what was that? And you might have tilted your head to the side because you were waiting for a backup sound. You were waiting. You were like, hold on, let me see. Because when it's a certain kind of pitch, I know it means something. When your children cry a certain kind of way, or when they respond a certain kind of way, you know that means they need help. Another kind of way, you know they're just hurt, but they're okay. Have you ever experienced that? Let me look at the comments. Have you ever been in a place where you have, it's a distorted sense of smell? Thank y'all. Yeah, a distorted sense of your sound. And so sometimes what will happen is you'll be listening. Sometimes what will happen is you'll think you hear something, and you'll think that that's something that you hear, but when you hear it again, you're like, wait a minute, that's not what I heard. When the pitch is off, the perception is off. So what will happen is, this is why you can think people are saying something and that's not even what they said. Have you ever been walking around with the spirit of offense? Can we just tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? You just been walking around offended. Yeah, I heard when they were saying this, and you know what? I heard somebody say something and that just rubbed me the wrong way. Are you sure that's what you heard? Are you sure that you heard what you heard? Are you sure that's what it was? Because here it is. A lot of the times we jump. Oh yeah, we jump. But then guess what? We jumping for the wrong thing. Man, I hope I'm helping somebody. We jumping because we think, I got to respond to that. I got to clap back. Wait a minute. Did you hear what you thought you heard? Somebody ought to type that into the comments. Did you hear what you heard? I need to say that again. Did you hear what you heard? Because a lot of times what happens is our sound, the pitch is off because we're so used to be people being negative. We just got to tell the truth. We're so used to people being nasty sometimes. A lot of times we're so used to people being petty. A lot of the times we're so used to people being showing an ugly face. A lot of the times we're just saying, wait a minute. What did I hear? What I thought I heard. And so a distorted sense of sound will stop you. You'll be saying, you know what? You sound angry. And they're saying, no, I'm not angry. Yeah, but you sound angry. Did you hear what you heard? Because you thought, well, it sounded to me like you had an attitude. Did you hear what you heard? Because if the pitch is off, everything is off. Did you hear what you heard? Because, I thought you were being ugly. You might have just heard me aggravated. I wasn't even aggravated with you. I was just aggravated in general. But what will happen is a distorted sense of sound will stop us from moving forward because our pitch is off. The perception is off because our pitch is off. Am I helping anybody? Is this blessing anybody tonight? Can y'all make sure that you are sharing? Because I believe that somebody needs to know, because this is how we get some help. This is how we get some hope. This is how we get some healing, because it's time for us to move forward. I told y'all at the beginning, we can't afford to stop. We can't afford to stop. I need to say it again. We can't afford to stop. Number 4. A distorted sense of touch will stop you from moving forward. Yeah, this is going to get good tonight. A distorted sense of touch will keep you from moving forward. Here is the mic drop for this. A lack of sensitivity affects the surface temperature and the texture. It's going to make sense in a minute. Listen to me. Listen, I'm going to bring this home. A distorted sense of touch. You touching something and it feels wrong. You touching something. Here's what I've learned. In our hands, we don't feel with our hands. We feel with the nerves. Come on, I need to say this again. We don't feel with our hands. We feel with our nerves. Man, this is going to make some sense for somebody. I need to say it again. We don't feel with our hands. We feel with our nerves. If we were at church, I would tell you to ask your neighbor, who's been getting on your nerves? Man, somebody should type that in the comments. Who's been getting on your nerve? Thank you. I see you guys are sharing and tagging your people. Get them on tonight, because this is powerful. It's going to help you. We're talking about what's stopping you. Listen, a distorted sense of touch. We don't feel with our hands. We feel with our nerves. And here's what happens when our nerves are off. Our sensitivity is off. Man, I need you to hear this. When our nerves are off, our sensitivity is off. See, here's what happens. Have you ever burned yourself? And if you've ever burned yourself, you would see that when you burn yourself and you go to touch something else, you can't really feel it. You're like, what happened? Now I have a lack of sensitivity. And when I have a lack of sensitivity, guess what? I am not able to catch stuff. I'm not able to see if something is hot. I'm not able to see if something is rugged. I'm not able to see if something is jagged. I'm not able to see if this is a smooth surface because something happened to my nerves. Man, am I helping anybody tonight? And so what happens with us? A distorted sense of touch. Sometimes people will have gotten on your nerves. Can we bring this? Well, I'm talking about what's stopping you. Sometimes people will have gotten on your nerves and all of a sudden you lack sensitivity. Man, if we're going to tell it, we just need to tell it. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Sometimes what will happen is people have gotten on our nerves, and now all of a sudden we lack sensitivity. I need to say this again for the people in the back. They'll get on your nerve, and all of a sudden you lack sensitivity. You ever wonder why it seemed like you would embrace people a certain kind of way, and you would love on people a certain kind of way, and you would tolerate people a certain kind of way, but somebody got on your nerves one time too many? Man, am I talking to anybody tonight? Somebody tapped the wrong nerve one time too many, and now all of a sudden your sensitivity is gone. I don't care. Throw the whole person away. I don't care anything about. You know what? They can have it. They can. It's it whatever. And so here is what's happening. Here is what is happening. We say we don't understand. We don't understand what's going on for us, but what's happened is we have a distorted sense of touch. Somebody messed around and agitated our nerves. Can we just telling the truth? Somebody messed around and agitated our nerves. And so all of a sudden we're wondering what happened to our sensitivity. Why aren't we feeling the way that we used to feel? We're saying, why aren't I responding to these people the way that I used to respond? Where is my tolerance for people? Because I just said, when you burn yourself, listen, you don't want it. Somebody just said it. You don't want to use that same hand to touch because you've been burned. Can I tell you that that's exactly what happens to us in the natural? We want to throw the whole person away because we got burned. Man, is anybody listening tonight? I hope y'all are sharing this because somebody needs to hear this. We don't want to fool with anybody anymore because we got burned. And so we're looking at our hands and we're saying, I don't want to touch that. Are you coming? I don't want my hands on that because last time I touched somebody, I got burned. Last time I was fooling with them, I got messed up. And so, and here is why we can't move forward, because we got burned. Who am I helping tonight? We got burned. Somebody hurt us. Somebody abandoned us. Somebody accused us. That's right. And so we shut down and we refuse to move on. Thank you guys that are sharing. And so this is what happens. And we're wondering, why can't I move forward? Why am I not going into the next level of my life? Because we're sitting here and we're saying, I got burned. And so guess what? Now I don't want to fool with any of them. Now, that's right. Throw the whole person away. Now, that's right. We're socially distant and we're saying, I don't want any part of it. Y'all have that. And so we have to be careful, because what will happen, we won't move forward because we got hurt. We won't move forward because something held us back. We won't move forward because we thought we were over it. But when we got ready to put our hands, we realized, you know what? I'm not quite healed from that. You know what? I ain't quite, no, I thought I was over that, but no, I'm really not. And so again, we get to the place where, that's right, somebody said we want to feed them off a long handled spoon. But can I tell you, a lot of us, we just don't feed them off of a long handled spoon. We throw the whole spoon. We throw the spoon, the fork, the knife, the plate, the napkins, and the cup away. We just throw them all away. And that's right. But forgiveness is necessary. I'm talking about things that cause us not to move forward. What's stopping you? Ask yourself, is this stopping me? Do I have a distorted sense that's stopping me? What is it that's causing me not to move forward? Now, here's another one, the last one, and then I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give y'all the answer. You know, I never present. We're going to shift on the part two. I never give y'all a challenge without giving you the solution. So here's the thing that happens. What happens with us is we have a distorted sense of taste. Man, a distorted sense of taste. Let me drop this mic real quick. The consistency of ingestion determine what's acquired and what's accustomed. Let me just put it another way. Either your taste is an acquired taste or your taste is an accustomed taste. Man, this is about to get real good real fast. I'm talking about we're shifting. Here's what happens. Our sense of taste. This is what will happen to us because we're not sure what's going on. When we have a distorted sense of taste, it will keep us from moving forward. How do I know? Because there are some things that we only like it because it's an acquired taste. It happened over time. We had to keep going with it because at first we were like, I don't like that. But some time went by and all of a sudden we were like, you know what? That's not as bad as I thought it was. But there are some things that we should have already threw away, but it's because we've been accustomed to it. Well, I'm just used to eating that. You ever seen a person that got so accustomed to eating something? So let's take this for example. So let's talk about Mexican food. So let's talk about tacos or taco salad. And what happens was you went to Taco Bell, and so you're used to going to Taco Bell. You're used to eating the artificial kind. You're used to eating what they bring. But you don't understand That's just, you're accustomed to that taste because that's all you're used to. Man, I'm about to help somebody shift. This might be with a relationship. This might be with the people in your circle. What's happening is you're tolerating it because you're accustomed to it. You've ingested it so long. You've ingested eating that kind of thing so long. You've gotten used to it. And so, well, you know what? It's fine for me to eat. That's right. It's fine for me. We become numb to it. Our taste buds become numb because we've gotten accustomed to it, and we think we're out there eating something that's real, but we just got acquired to it. And what will happen is you'll eat Taco Bell so long that when you go to an authentic Mexican restaurant and they put a real Mexican taco or a real Mexican taco salad in front of you, you start saying, what's that? I don't like that. That tastes funny. I don't like that. Why? Because what happens is you're accustomed to it. Am I helping anybody tonight? Y'all need to make sure that you are hitting that share button and getting your folks on, because tonight I'm dealing with what is stopping you. And so what happens is your taste buds, what they do is they decide that they are going to deal with, or they're going to adjust. Man, this is going to help somebody, to what is either acquired or what you're accustomed to. And see, here's what happens. What we do in our life, I'm feeling my help coming on. What we will do in our life is we'll taste something for the first time and we'll say to ourselves, I don't like it. I don't like that. I don't even want it no more. That didn't taste like what I'm used to. That don't even work for me. But you know what? You haven't ingested it enough. You've not been consistent enough in it. Can I tell you, it's the same thing in your purpose. What will happen is you'll go out there and you'll start trying to do something, and all of a sudden what will happen is you'll say, you know what? This not for me. People not responding to me right. I don't like the fact that I had to go out there and do all of this work. But what happens is it's because this is an acquired taste. Man, can somebody type into the comments, success is an acquired taste? Man, I'm just telling you, I just dropped the mic in here. Did you hear what I just said? Success is an acquired taste. Somebody needs to put this into the comments. Success is an acquired taste. And what will happen to us is we taste it and it didn't taste like the people said. Come on, y'all. We taste it and it didn't taste like folks said it was going to taste like. We were like, success tastes like hard work. Success, this don't taste like what I thought it was going to be. And so what happens is consistency of ingestion. How often are you doing it? How often are you putting it in your system? How often are you getting yourself accustomed to it? Success, let me help somebody, is an acquired taste. A lot of times what we think is that we just gonna get out there. Oh, we just gonna get out there and we gonna taste and see. And we're gonna say, honey, this is good. Success tastes good. But I don't know about y'all, but where are the entrepreneurs out there that know that success don't always taste good? Is anybody out here tonight that said, listen, when I went out there and I was out there trying to do my thing and I was out there trying to do great, it didn't taste good. And can I tell you, it's not always going to taste good. There are some times that you're going to put yourself out there and it's not going to feel good. But I'm trying to let y'all know that success is an acquired taste. It's not going to. And so here is what happens. Might I just tell y'all the truth? Some of us don't have enough tolerance. See, here it is. See, come on now. See, what happens is we don't have enough tolerance. We get ourselves out there and we just say, I thought this was supposed to be over quick. I thought this was just supposed to happen. I wanted to be an overnight success. I wanted to get out there. I wanted to taste it. And then if I jump back and I wanted to be able to say, no, that's all. But listen, it don't start off tasting good. Am I helping the people tonight. And so what will happen for us is what we will do is we'll say, that's nasty. That ain't what I like. That's not what I'm used to, and we'll give up too soon. Come on, we'll stop before it's time to keep going. What will happen is we don't have any tolerance. We don't have any stamina. Listen, can I tell you the same thing is when you're working out. You get out there and you're saying, I want to be fit. I want to be fine. I want to be fancy. But then you get out there to the gym. This don't feel good. This don't look like those commercials when I'm looking in the commercials and people, you know how the commercials, the people on their little exercise mats or they on their little tracks and they just looking like, oh, they sweating and they just saying, whoo, you know what? Oh, this is, y'all need to get with this because this is it. Honey, you go out there and you try to get out there to the gym and you, after 2 minutes, you be saying, this ain't it. No, yeah, I don't know who, this ain't my taste. This don't work for me. This is not what I thought. Because what happens is we're so used to things happening quick. We're so used to things being instant. We don't have a tolerance for anything. And some things are an acquired taste. I hope I'm helping y'all tonight. And so as we think about, because I'm getting ready to give y'all the formula that's going to take y'all out of y'all now into y'all next. Let's go back through these 5. The first thing that will stop you is a distorted sense of sight. I said at the beginning that confusion will create a lack of clarity and comprehension. You don't see things clear. You forgot to dust off your vision. You forgot to dust off your discernment. And so now you think everybody against you. Now you think everybody talking about you. Now you looking at stuff and it look impossible. You can't even exercise your faith because that look too hard. That look too tough. That look too big for me. But now unto him that is able to do exceeding abundantly above all I can ask, think, or imagine. But my problem is I can't see. The Bible says that the eyes of your understanding be enlightened. And so what happens is we got to pray for the scales to fall off of our eyes, because some of the reason why we're not moving forward is because we have a distorted sense of sight. The second thing that I said is that we have a distorted sense of smell. We're associating what it smelled like before. Well, I remember the smell of failure. And because I failed before, because I didn't do what I thought I was going to do, that didn't smell good. And so every time I smell something and I think it smells like failure, I won't move forward because I don't like what that smells like. And so tainted associations create tortured awareness. And so we can't even be aware that there is success. We can't even be aware that God is getting ready to shift on our behalf because there's a tortured sense of awareness because our smell is distorted. Number 3, I said a distorted sense of sound. When the pitch is off, your perception is off. You heard things, but you heard them in the tone that you expected. Well, I just think they saying it in an ugly way. Are they? Did you hear what you heard? Or is it because the pitch is off? Because they didn't say it in a smooth voice you used to hearing? Because they didn't say it like your mama used to say it? Because they don't sound like the people you're used to? So now you're offended when anybody says anything because you feel challenged. Because y'all need to say that a little softer. Y'all need to say that the way I'm used to it being said. No, it's stopping you from moving forward because you haven't adjusted your pitch. Listen, a lot of people don't know this, but I've been a minister of music, or I've been singing my whole life. And I've been in a place where, where I used to sing and direct and do all of this stuff. And so what will happen with us is every now and again, what we have to remember to do is go back and adjust the pitch. Man, who am I helping? Did somebody hear what I just said? Every now and again, we got to remember to go back and adjust the pitch. And so when I've worked in studios or when I've worked in churches before, we can just have had rehearsal and everybody sounded good. Everything, I'm standing in front, I'm listening at the praise team or the choir and the band and the lead mic, and I'm saying, everything sounds good. But can I tell you, I wasn't thinking about the next day the building was going to be full. Man, this is a revelation. I feel it coming on. Somebody needs to hear this. I wasn't thinking that when we were practicing, the room was empty. I feel a revelation in this house. I wasn't thinking that when we were there, nobody was there. And so I didn't remember that I was going to have to adjust the sound. I didn't remember that things sound different when the room is full. Man, that was a mic drop. I didn't even hear that one coming. Can somebody type that in the comments? Things sound different when the room is full. Man, listen, if I wasn't on this live, I would run. Can I say this again? Things sound different when the room is full. Can I tell you that the reason why you're stopping is because when it was just you heard an echo. When it was just you, things was hollow and you had gotten accustomed to that sound. But when people start coming your way, when God started making room for you, you forgot to adjust the pitch. You forgot that things sound different when the room is full. And so what happens is you didn't go back and say, wait a minute. People are listening now. People are in front of me now. I need to adjust my pitch. The way that I came at people when nobody was in the room, I need to adjust my tone. Maybe it's the difference because when I was just talking to myself, I could use whatever tone I wanted to use. When it was just me, I didn't have to change my language. But let me help you again. Things sound different when the room is full. And so a lot of the times what we forget to do is adjust our pitch. I'm helping somebody. You think people are rejecting you. You think people don't want to be around you. You think people don't want to fool with you. No, the truth is you forgot to adjust the pitch. You forgot to adjust your pitch. You forgot that the way you talk to your children in an empty house isn't the same way you talk to an audience in a full room. Man, who am I talking to tonight? Things sound different when the room is full. And so a lot of the reasons why we're not able to move forward, a lot of the reasons why we're being stopped in our purpose is we forgot to adjust the pitch. Some of y'all, the way you talk to your friends, the way you talk to your girlfriends, you can't do that when you get on a platform and you're dealing with a lot of people. You can't do that when all of a sudden your room is full. God is sending other people to you. You're walking into a room and now you have CEOs and other people in the room. Listen, things sound different when the room is full. I'm helping somebody. And if you don't ever go back and adjust your pitch, as I keep going and progressing in my purpose, there are some things that I've got to go back and adjust because things sound different when the room is full. And we forgot sometimes we were so busy talking to an empty room that when the room started filling up, we forgot to adjust. Man, this is helping somebody, our pitch. And so the reason why we're being stopped, the reason why we're not moving forward, this is a prophetic impartation and apostolic instruction, is because you forgot to adjust your pitch. I said that number 4, a distorted sense of touch. When we've been burned before, all of a sudden we're desensitized now to how things feel. And so what happens is when we touch folks, we're not sure. We forget that, listen, the atmosphere, the texture isn't smooth right now. This texture is rough. So before you get in somebody's face, before you roll up on them, a lot of you, and I see that a lot. Can I just say this? I see that a lot with people. What happens is we forget because we've gotten burned before, because we've been in situations before, we forget that we've got burned. You need to test the surface out. And you need to make sure before you pop off on people, you don't know what people been going through. You don't know what they've had to deal with. So before you mishandle them, you need to make sure that you have some sensitivity. I feel, listen, my help coming on. This is helping somebody. What's stopping you is you forgot to get your sensitivity back. And so you coming for people at the wrong time. You forgot to adjust your sense of touch. And so you touched them and you thought they were ready to receive your rude tone. You thought they wanted to hear your criticism, but you didn't understand that their surface was a little rough, that they were a little heated because they had been through some things. You forgot to adjust. You forgot to test the surface. You forgot to test the temperature. You forgot to see, is this the right time for me to make this statement? I don't need to be kicking people while they're down. I don't need to be getting in front of people talking trash when they can't receive it. Maybe I'm saying the right thing, but I'm saying it at the wrong time. Man, that's right. Father, touch our senses again. I hope I am helping y'all. And so what happens with us is we have become desensitized to people, so we're embracing them wrong. We've become desensitized to people, so we're not able to grab them the way we need to. We become desensitized to people, so we mishandle them. We're rough when they handle, and then we wonder, well, what's going on? We wonder, well, why they're acting like this? But we have to remember our sensitivity. Man, I hope this is helping us tonight. We have to remember that not just my pitch needs touching, but we have to say, God, I need you to awaken my sensitivity. I've become desensitized because of how people have treated me. I've become desensitized because of how people have handled me. People have mishandled me. And so I got desensitized. I didn't treat people right. I didn't respond to people right. I didn't do people the right way. And so I need to understand that I need my sensitivity back. Man, is this helping? Let our touches be like yours. That's right. And so again, we have to understand that just because we're in a place doesn't mean that the people that we're called to are in the place. Listen, when it comes to touching, adjust your tone, adjust your timing, adjust your tact. This was free. I'm throwing this in. Somebody needs to type this into the comments. You need to listen, adjust your tone. Some of y'all, you're saying the right things, but you're saying it the wrong way. Adjust your tone. Pitch, adjust your tone. You're not being sensitive to people. Adjust your tone. I'm trying to help y'all. Adjust your tone. Yes, you're saying the right thing. Yes, they need to hear this, but adjust your tone. Number 2, adjust your timing. Is this the right time? This person just failed. They just messed up. But listen, is this the time to throw that out there? Your tone, your timing, your tact. Is this the right time to put that out there? Is this the right time to get in their face with this? Is this the right time to get this done? Because you need to understand that it might not be the right time. We got to understand that our tone needs adjusting. Our touch, our tone, our timing needs adjusting. But listen, can I tell you, our tact needs adjusting. Can I tell you that what happens is we don't understand. We're not thinking that our tact is off. We think that we can say something any kind of way. But can I tell you, you can't just talk to people any kind of way. Some of you all wonder, why aren't people responding to you? What's stopping me? What is it? Listen, that's right. It is how you say it, your tact. Well, you being tactful, because can I tell you, some of y'all are Princess Petty. Can we just go ahead and put it out there? Some of y'all Petty Peter and Petty Patty, y'all out there, and you just don't have any tact. You just walk up on people and be like, what you got on today? Why you look like that? What, that's what you're going to wear? You wearing your hair like that? That's right. And so you don't have any tact. Listen, is that how I need to come at them? Is this really what's going to help this person shift? Is this really what they need at this time? And so adjust your tone, adjust your timing, adjust your tact, because some people will shut down. I hope this is helping y'all tonight. And so the last thing that I said, that a distorted sense of taste will stop you, because you're so used to the same stuff. You're so used to folks doing you wrong. You're so used to people that's always cheating or always backbiting or always being petty, that when a different audience comes to you, when God starts sending you people, when he send you a man, when he send you a woman, I already know what that's about. I tasted that before. Listen, might be some of the same ingredients, but this is a different recipe. I just helped somebody right there. Maybe that was the same some of the same ingredients, but this is a different recipe. Who am I? Can I talk to the chefs and the cooks out there? What's happening is, you know that you can be cooking a meal, and the same meal might have some of the similar types of recipes, similar types of ingredients. But listen, you're making a whole different recipe. What you're kind of come out with, this isn't even the same thing. And some of y'all get thrown off because it smelled like y'all got some pepper in there. I remember last time when I ate this dish, that's an ingredient, but that doesn't mean that's what the recipe is going to be. And so if you have a distorted sense of taste, that's right, you will get conditioned. If you have a distorted sense of taste, what happens is you won't allow yourself to explore, to taste a different dish. You'll be somewhere and they're offering some new stuff. And guess what? I don't want that. No, you've become accustomed to something. And so I'm about to give y'all the recipe for moving forward. 3 things that are going to help you shift out of your now into your next. Listen, y'all know how I do. I hope y'all are enjoying this new format. Y'all make sure y'all giving me some feedback about this new format that I'm trying out. And thank you all. I'm so I'm excited that I'm building my YouTube family is able to join, and Facebook. Make sure that you guys are subscribed to my YouTube channel, because guess what? I'm going to be dropping some things on my YouTube channel that won't be on Facebook. I'm going to be dropping some things about emotional wholeness. I'm going to be dropping some things about helping us get healed, certain things in relationships, about soul ties, about things in our past. I'm only going to be dropping that on YouTube. So if you have not already subscribed to that YouTube channel, you might want to tip on over there and subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I'm going to be going live on a different night on YouTube just to deal with emotional wholeness. So make sure that you guys are going on over there. And then y'all know how it is on Facebook. Y'all already know I love y'all. Y'all already know that you guys follow and support. I drop a lot of stuff on Facebook all the time. Y'all knew I'll do pop-up prophecy, pop-up prophetic in a minute. So make sure that you guys are following. So here it is, my 3-step formula. Thank you guys for the feedback. I love that you guys are loving it. So here's what happens. 3 ways that I'm going to give you guys that's going to help you understand, how do I move forward? Well, number 1, you've got to activate acute awareness. In my mentorship program, and I love my mentees. In my mentorship program, they get special one-on-one impartation from me. And I've taught them something about acute awareness. And what I teach them is how to go back and dust off of your senses and make sure that your awareness is sharpened. Make sure that through time and through situations and through circumstances that you've not been walking around and forgetting that, listen, I need to make sure that my awareness is acute. I need to make sure that I'm activating acute awareness, that I'm seeing correctly. When was the last time you got your eyes checked? I can't hear nobody. When is the last time you went and got your hearing checked? Every now and again, people know your sight will change. When you're pregnant, your eyesight changes. You got to understand, when you've been a person and you're a musician or you've been around music, a lot of the times what will happen is you don't even understand. Things will change for you and you're not even sure, but you've got to have acute awareness. It's time to go back and do a checkup. I need to make sure. I used to teach vocals. And so when was your last checkup? Huh? Because a lot of times we think we can just roll out there and we wondering, and I don't know why when I drive at night, it just seems like I'm hitting squirrels and I'm scrubbing up my tires because I'm running off the road. Well, when was the last time you got a checkup? Because you get to the doctor and he'd be like, sweetie, you dealing, you got some farsightedness or some nearsightedness, and you're like, wait, what? Acute awareness. I have to make sure that I go do a spiritual checkup, an emotional checkup, a psychological checkup, a heart check. Is my awareness off because there's something in my heart? Is my awareness off because there's something in my spirit? Is my awareness off because there's something in my mind that somebody said something and I hadn't shaken it free, shaken myself and got loose from it? I need to do a checkup, because this is how you get free so you can move forward. Number 2, discern the dysfunction. Now, this is one of those things that I say this a lot. Discern the dysfunction. What happens with us is, I told you that we don't see with our eyes, we see with our mind. Our eyes reflects and projects back to us, but it's our mind that tells us what something is. But listen, if you're living in a state of dysfunction, if you're still scarred because of rejection and abandonment and strife and people mishandling you, then what will happen is you're seeing, you're hearing, you're sensing, you're touching, you're tasting. Everything is affected because of a dysfunction. Understand, if you're not able to discern the dysfunctions, you've got to do a heart check. You've got to do a spirit check. You've got to say, listen, David said it best. He said, create in me a clean heart. And then he said, God, I need you to renew the right spirit within me. Why did he say the right spirit? He said it because what happened, he understood that there was a dysfunction. And because there was a dysfunction, then he knew that he was seeing wrong. We don't hear with our ears. Here's what happens. Our ears project sound waves, but it's our mind that says, wait a minute, is that a sound? Is that voice? Is that music? Here is what happens. And so if our minds, if we have a dysfunction, then we hear stuff wrong. We think people are talking at us when they're just trying to talk with us. We think people are being petty, but they're really being practical. Am I helping anybody? But we don't don't understand that this dysfunction will distort us. It will cause us not to move forward. It will keep us stopped. It will keep us in a place where we're not able to progress the way that we're supposed to do. We need to understand. I told you earlier, we don't touch with our hands. We touch with our senses, with the nerves that's in there. And so that's why the Bible says in Psalm 24, it says, who shall ascend unto the hill of the Lord, and who shall stand in his holy place? He that has clean hands. Man, am I helping y'all? The reason why we have to discern the dysfunction, because we got to have clean hands. And what happens is when our hands aren't clean, we're not able to discern the dysfunction. And so what happened is we're touching things, we're doing things, we're saying things, we're interpreting things, and they're not right. They're not accurate because we haven't discerned the dysfunction. This is why that old hymn says, listen, oh, what peace we often forfeit, and oh, what needless pain we bear, all because we do not carry everything to God in prayer. And so discerning the dysfunction is saying, you know what, God, something in my heart ain't feeling right. Something in my mindset doesn't feel right. I'm hearing things, but I don't think this is you. I'm sensing things, but something feels off. Discern the dysfunction. I hope this is helping. And last but not least, beware of buildup. I hope I'm going to help y'all. Listen, we're going to take this thing to the next level. And as I get ready to close this thing out, I'm getting ready to tell you some things that I believe is going to shift you out of your now into your next. Listen, beware of buildup. I got to say it again for the people in the back. Beware of buildup. This is some apostolic instruction that I believe is going to help you move forward in your life. Beware of buildup. Let's take the same 5 senses that you heard me talking about, and I'm going to show you how this is going to help you. I'm going to show you how this is going to shift you. So when it comes to your eyes, remember that I told you that we have to be able to have clarity in our vision, and we have to beware of buildup. But now watch this. Hear me. When you are, say you are a person that wears glasses or you wear contacts, that would be me. We have to beware of buildup. There is this thing that we have to do. I don't just go get contact solution, but there is this little solution that we get, and there's a red top on it. And what happens is you put your contacts in this little device and you sit them in overnight, and you start seeing some bubbles come to the top. Because what this solution says is, while you've been around, while you've been walking around minding your own business, thinking that you see what you see, there's been some buildup. Man, who am I helping? There were some things that was building up and you didn't even know it. There were some things that was going on and you didn't even know that there was some buildup. There were some things happening behind the scenes and there was some buildup, and you didn't even realize that there was some buildup. And so every now and again, I take my contacts out, I put them in this little solution, and I let the solution take away the buildup. Man, listen here. Sometimes the solution is that you're saying, God, I need you to allow the scales to fall off of my eyes, because there's been some buildup on my sight. There were some things that I've allowed. I saw the wrong thing. I saw people being nasty. I saw people being manipulative. I saw people being petty. I saw things that were happening, and there were some things that was building up. But who is the solution? Listen, that was an old song that says, Jesus is the answer for the world today. Above him, there is no other. Jesus is the way. And so every now and again, we've got to subject our eyesight back to God and say, God, you said that your word was a lamp unto our feet and a light unto our path. And so I need the eyes of my understanding to be enlightened. Beware of buildup. Watch this. When it comes to our ears, now this gonna help somebody. You know what buildup is in your ears? Wax. Oh, who am I helping? You heard it, ear wax. And here's what's happening. We walking around through life minding our own business, and sometimes people have said the wrong thing. People have spoken negativity in our life. People have talked about us like a dirty dog. People have scandalized our name. People have said we couldn't make it. People have said we wouldn't go anywhere. And we've allowed all of these things to sit inside our ears. And so what happens is, when the word of God starts telling you that you can do all things through Christ, you can't receive it, because it's too much wax in your ear. When he tells you, you now unto him that's unable to keep you from falling, you saying, I can't even hear that because it's too much buildup, too much wax in my ears. Can I tell you that if we were in church, I would tell you to ask your neighbor, but you need to type into the comments, who's in your ear? I hope this is helping somebody. Who's in your ear? And so here is what happens. We can't hear the positivity. We can't hear because our ears are polluted. We can't hear because too much negativity has come into our life. Beware of buildup. People have said the wrong thing. People have said hurtful things. People have said derogatory things. People have lied. People have done things because they were trying to break your spirit. They were saying things because they were trying to get you out of the race. They were saying things because perhaps they were jealous. They were saying things because perhaps they thought you were going to make it to the finish line before them. But listen, who's in your ear? Because sometimes some people don't leave nothing but wax. Oh, yeah, I said it. I said what I said. There are some people that the only thing they're leaving in your ear is wax. And so who's in your ear? Build up. Listen at this. When it comes to your nose, there is some build up when it comes to your nose. Now, here is what we call it when it comes to your nose. We know it is mucus. Oh, yeah, we know it is mucus. We know that when we've been around certain things, there's some build up and that build up becomes mucus. And so here's what will happen. All of a sudden, we walking around and our sense of discernment is off because our senses, too much mucus build up. Man, you better clean your nose. You better say, God, mucus, phlegm, things that I've been ingesting. Don't you know that when you breathe, that the air is full of pollutants? And what happens is, as you're breathing in some things, what happens is some stuff gets trapped in your nose. Man, did y'all hear what I said? As you're breathing in some things, there are some things that get trapped in your nose. And so all of a sudden, you think you're smelling the right thing and you're saying, what is that? You ever been to a perfume factory or an oil factory where they had a bunch of smells and you were going around and you were trying to test the different smells? And then all of a sudden somebody said, you need to smell. And you say, I can't smell anymore. What is that? I don't know what happened to my sense of smell. And the person will come back and they'll say, here, sniff these coffee beans. There's some buildup in there. And we need to make sure that you beware of the buildup. So sniff these coffee beans because we need to flush some things out. Can I tell you, listen, and I want y'all to type it in the comments, blow your nose. I said it. Blow your nose. Oh, yeah, listen, here's what's happening. Some things, just like pollen. There are some things that have gotten in your nose. There are some things that you've ingested. Blow your nose. Here is what's happening. All of that build up and you got a headache and all of this, everything. What is that? I don't understand. Blow your nose. There were some things that came in, some foreign objects when you were out there trying to breathe, when you were out there just trying to do the right thing, when you were out there just trying to do what you needed to do, and some things came and they took residence in your nose. Listen, blow your nose. There are some things on the inside of you that need to be released. Blow your nose. There are some things that's trapped on the inside of you, but you need to blow your nose. If you don't blow your nose, it's keeping the good stuff from coming in. I don't know who that was for, but if you don't blow your nose, it's keeping the good stuff from coming in. Blow your nose. So here he is. Let's keep going. When I'm talking about build up your hands, here's what happens. And we know, especially in this climate that we're in right now, we have to be careful about hand build up. Here is what's going on. We're going around, we're touching things, we're touching people, we're hugging, we're opening the door, we're driving, we're touching our steering wheel. We got all of these things going on. But listen, here's the next set of instruction. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. What is stopping you is build up. You wash your hands because here it is. Because when you go from one thing to the next, you carry something with you. Man, this is going to help somebody in a relationship. You got out of a bad relationship and you tried to embrace a new relationship. But listen, when you release one thing and you take on something else, there's still a little residue. Oh, man, this is helping somebody. You're wondering why it is when you picked up something new and you were like, this ain't feeling right. I don't understand. You forgot to wash your hands. There was some residue left over. Can I help somebody tonight? Wash your hands. There was residue left over from that bad relationship. There was residue left over from those people that you were handling. Even when you've mishandled some people, wash your hands. Sometimes, can I just tell you, hand sanitizer is not going to do. That's right. Cross-contamination contamination. And so now you bringing things from your past into out of your last into your from your past. And so what's happening is you wondering, why isn't this doing what I need to do? Why aren't things going the way? Because you didn't wash your hands. Cross contamination. You got to get rid of the residue. Listen, the same thing that the CDC is telling y'all, I'm going to give y'all the same thing emotionally, mentally, psychologically. I need to just go back into the bathroom. I need to get some hot water and I need to get some soap and I need to wash my hands because listen, he that has clean hands and a pure heart. And so God, you know what? I need you to wash my hands. If I touched something I wasn't supposed to touch, wash my hand. If I handled something I wasn't supposed to handle, wash my hands. If I picked up something that you told me to put down, I need to wash my hands. And so God, don't just clean my heart, clean my hands. Am I helping anybody tonight? And last but not least, hear me. Your mouth. Do you know what we call build up in your mouth? Plaque. You know what plaque leads to? Gingivitis. You know what gingivitis leads to? A stank mouth. I'm just going to say it like I said. I was going to be cute and I was going to try to halitosis. No, stinking mouth. It's just, I said what I said. Your breath stinks. And here is what happens. Your breath stinks because of buildup. Your breath stinks because you've been talking negativity, because you've been talking fear, because you've been talking doubt, because you've been talking things and saying things that are contradictory against what God has told you. Your breath stinks. And so what happens is you are not able to speak good things. The Bible says that how can sweet and bitter come out of the same fountain? And you wonder why people don't want to fool with you. Your breath stinks in the spirit. Your breath stinks. You sitting there talking and they can't receive you because they saying, I don't like what's coming. I don't like what I smell. Your breath stinks. And your breath stinks because of buildup. Your breath stinks because of all of this. You ever been around somebody and everybody else was positive and this one person come along and they what they call poor mouth. They always talking sad. They always talking fear. They always talking doubt. They're always talking negativity. They're always bringing a rain cloud on your parade. Listen, your breath stinks in the spirit. I'm trying to help some of y'all. Some of y'all don't know why people don't want to. People not your friend. They ain't gonna tell you the truth. All of y'all got some kind of friend, or y'all know somebody, and everybody was talking behind that person back, saying, "Y'all, they breath stink." And then you be like, "Is somebody gonna tell?" I don't know. No, this is me tonight saying, check your breath. Check your breath. Some of us need spiritually, we need to go and get some mouthwash. Spiritually, some of us, we need to go gargle. We need to sit that thing in for a minute. You know, when it's mouthwash, we don't like mouthwash because it stings. I don't like mouthwash because I don't like the way it feels. No, it need to clean some stuff out there. And so then you just say, God, I need you to clean my mouth. Some of y'all got a potty mouth. You always, and it ain't just you a cusser. No, you have a potty mouth because you always speaking fear, because you always speaking doubt, because you're always speaking negativity. You need to check your breath. I'm trying to help us tonight. And so tonight, I'm trying to get us to a place where we discern what is stopping us. We discern what is keeping us from moving forward. We discern what won't let us go to the next level. We've got to understand that there are some things in our life that should not be. And there are some things in our life. This is not what God had in plan for us. He said that he wanted us to finish. The race is not given. Y'all already know the song and y'all already know the scripture. We understand that we're supposed to run this race with patience. We already understand that he wants us to press toward the mark of the high calling, which is in Christ Jesus. But listen, you can't let anything stop you. And so tonight, I pray that this mic drop Monday for Facebook and for my first time doing live on YouTube. I hope that it was that helped you discern, that it gave you some enlightenment, that it gave you some empowerment. So listen, guys, don't forget that I have a live masterclass coming up. Now, look, those of you guys that enjoyed this mic drop Monday, even if you were there for the first time, now you're understanding and now you see what I'm all about. Listen, I need y'all coming to this masterclass. One more time, here it is this Thursday. You don't have a lot of time to register. I need y'all to go on over. The website is showing to elisalashell.com/ masterclass and register $20, you're going to get 2 hours. I'm going to show you how you get excited about the prospect of launching your ideas, your ministry, your book, but then you get overwhelmed when it's time to execute them. So make sure that you guys go and register. If you're not already following me, y'all make sure that you guys are following me on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on I don't know, I'm everywhere. Here on Facebook. Make sure that you guys are following me. I'm so excited. Thank you guys for coming in, for receiving this. Like I said, it's a new format. I believe by leading by example. And so we have to go to the next level in our ministry. We have to go to the next level in whatever it is that God has called us to do. So thank you guys. I'm so grateful for you. And I'll see y'all next Monday, same time, same place.